I would say I've been looking at music blogs and fashion blogs since I got into college.
Blogs aren't as fun when you have to do them for school.
I have had blogs for class, like comm classes sometimes require you to have blogs to post your stories.
It's better to have a focus with a blog because then it's not so much your personal blog, it's not like a diary. No.
If I have an opinion right now, do I really want that archived on Google? And do I really want people to know that? And am I in a place where that's the responsible thing to do? I think you could argue it either way.
Well, I look at blogs mostly to flourish my hobbies and my passions, I guess, which would be music, cooking, and fashion. For music, I'm a DJ at KZUU, the non-commercial station at WSU, and I like to keep up on, current music, new releases, because not all that stuff comes out on CDs, and blogs is kind of the easiest way to get access to it and to learn about it, and the fastest way actually to learn about it because they're updated so frequently. For cooking, I use blogs mostly as eye candy almost, and to find recipes. I guess my favorite would be a website called 101cookbooks.com, and it focuses on natural food and vegetarian food, which I like because that's kind of the type of food I like to eat. It gives me just new ideas on how to use different ingredients and just a lot of easy recipe ideas. And then for fashion blogs, that's just really like almost like a guilty pleasure because magazines don't come out that often, or my favorite magazines don't come out that often. So fashion blogs are updated, like a couple times a week. Blogs like the Sartorialist and Sea of Shoes and like Garance Doré. I don't know how that came around, like when I started or what blog prompted me. I think I read about one in a magazine. It was like they featured a blogger, and so I looked at her website, and then on most fashion blogs they have a blog roll, actually most blogs, of blogs they visit, and they always highlight like blogger friends or whatever. And so you can kind of find, like through that network, find ones that also suit your taste. So I guess that's kind of how that started. So I've done that, but I've never been what I would call a blogger. I am studying abroad in the fall in Paris, so I do plan to have a blog then as a way for my family and friends to keep track of me and like what I'm doing, and then to see photos, so it's not just tons of emails and like phone calls back and forth. After that, I might have a blog. I mean, I've given it some thought, but I almost just feel like I'm not that interesting, like who would want to read about me? But I mean, I guess every blogger's got to go through that little like, well, who's really listening to me? Is my voice really heard?
We have had the WordPress blog since about January, and then we've also had, I count our fan page as a blog, sort of. We've had that since probably October. We post our top 30 on the blog, which is basically the top 30 albums that we've been playing in the past week. So it gives people a good chance to sort of, if they've been hearing a song a lot lately, they can go on there and look and see, oh, it's that band and that album, and they can check it out more from there. For the Facebook page, Facebook sends us weekly updates every week, and it says how many fans we've gained or lost and how many people have visited in the past week. So usually for the fan page visitors, it's about 550 every week. Well, I definitely think we've gained more listeners because it's really easy for people to just invite their friends, and I'm always encouraging people to do that. And it also gives more of a connection with the listeners because we can sort of tell them what we think about the music versus just playing it. That's where the album reviews come in handy. I think it kind of inspires more interaction with the DJs. On air, we're always saying, check out the blog, check out our Facebook page to get more information. It's not the same as me just writing on my personal blog, a music review. It's something that represents the station, so I try to be more professional with it. I think the blog will kind of stay where it is now, but what we're hoping is that on blogs you have a blog roll on the side, and it's kind of like your favorite blogs. So we're hoping that more people will be checking the blog constantly and add our blog to their blog, so it's like a spider web. Just everything scatters out and you get more hits that way. And it'll keep being connected with the Facebook page. I think we're thinking about getting a Twitter.
Well, I've been here about 3.5 years, and since actually my very first semester here, I started using Blogger, the Google-owned blog system, which is just incredibly easy to use. So we use it for each of the classes that I teach has a centralized, publicly accessible blog. It's not behind a wall where people have to log in. It's, you know, we get feedback and comments from people that are even outside the class, which is interesting. We use it for everything from supplementary information for lectures. So for example, if I lecture on a particular topic, I'll find relevant news and or links that relate to the content in the course. I'll also embed if I use a PowerPoint presentation, I'll embed the PowerPoint in sort of like YouTube style. There's a embeddable player that you can put inside. So the lecture notes that supplement, or maybe even just the notes themselves, are actually available after the class for students. Sometimes I'll even synchronize a lecture audio with that so that you can basically just hit play on it and it will actually play back the lecture. So really it's just a digital space to sort of complement the physical lecture experience. I think there's a secondary element to it too though, which goes beyond the specific course content, which is extending the comfort and familiarity with these kinds of two-way, you know, interfaces that they might actually use in other ways. So for example, this might not be applicable or appropriate for every kind of class, but in the journalism or PR related classes that I teach, I'll actually have students create their own blogs, and then I'll create sort of a blog role on the master blog so that students can actually reference each other, and sort of an online community element is established where people can kind of check in and see what other people think about concepts, ideas. I'll have students respond to a topic, maybe I'll give them a challenge question.
You know, magazines come out once a month and you're going to want to, you know, feed your passion more than just once a month. So blogs are really, I mean, I think they're going to be the most relevant.
And then I'm left with probably 5 hours of blogging, I would say.
To what degree should you share a certain amount of information or not? It's one thing to view it, it's another to publish it and create it. Same thing with Facebook and social networks.
Yeah, no, it's kind of addicting. Now that I think about it, blogs are worse than Facebook and MySpace. Dang it. I'm gonna be one of those kids that gets ruined by blogs. I'm the future of blogging. Damn it. Ugh, that's annoying.